Hello and welcome to all you Leos. Here is the Happy New Year, the first monthly horoscope of 2016 for Leos. And let's have a look. There is a lot of activity in earth signs at the moment, and in Capricorn and in Virgo. But in Capricorn, what is really striking is that a little asteroid, which is called Pallas, is traveling through your sixth house. And what does this mean? So a little asteroid Pallas is all about wisdom, it's all about strategy, it's all about being wise, a wise woman, a wise man, cutting through illusions. That is what Pallas is all about. So it creates clarity, it creates wisdom, and on that very deep level, especially in Capricorn. And now it's entering in a house that is also very down to earth. It's a house of your day-to-day work, your day-to-day life, your health, the little animals that you have, a dog, a cat. That is also the sixth house. And this little asteroid is not alone. It's together with the sun, which is you, because you are ruled by the sun, and it's also together with the Mercury retrograde. Now this is really important because a Mercury retrograde shows that we need to stand still, we need to slow down, and then the retrograde won't be that annoying if we acknowledge that, if we at work. The sixth house is your day-to-day work for a lot of you. So it could mean that, especially if you have been building up, and maybe you had a holiday in December, and now all of a sudden you realize, I can't do it anymore. I know the feeling, believe me. And it was not as being an astrologer, it was before, what I did before. Anyways, and now there is this ability to go very deep on a mind level, because Mercury is the mind and it's the information, and it's like truth is coming your way. And especially around the 10th with the new moon there as well in Capricorn, there is like an old coat you're throwing away and a new one that you pick up. So if there's been a building up, and if you feel, look, I wasn't able to be authentic, especially with you there as well in the first weeks of the month, you being in that house there, then yes, you can go through a bit of a crisis when it comes to work. Maybe it's time to leave that job and to have another job. But doing this wisely, again, the emphasis of this little asteroid there, it's doing it wisely, planning it like a real stretch, like a general. You could say, I'm going to do first this, and then plan B, and then that. If you do it like that, you will go 3 steps in once when it comes to your work. It could also be health. Health, the same energy. Maybe you've been building up something around health. And now there's a little catharsis moment where you realize, look, we need to change this. I need to exercise more, for instance. Or I have this problem with my body, so I have to face it now. I have to not put anything that has the energy of putting your head into the sand, wanting to move things under the carpet is not going to work with this energy. You better work with the energy which is going through it, seeing it, making a plan like a very wise stratege, and then off you go. It is of course January, so for a lot of people they will want to become a little bit more healthy anyway. So it's a good month to start that, and to make that very big engagement, because this is engagement. that we're seeing here with this energy. What else is going on? This sounds all pretty serious, but at the same time, Venus is in your 5th house in Sagittarius, fellow fire sign. This is fantastic. Have some fun. Have fun with new hobbies maybe, or old ones. It doesn't matter. Have fun and go out, go to a restaurant, go to the cinema, to do things that you like with your friends, with your loved ones. It's time for romance. You know, Venus in the 5th house. Open your heart a little bit more. Your heart, it's your house actually, the 5th house. And Venus joys in the 5th house is because Venus likes it there. Venus likes to enjoy, and it's in the house of enjoyment and pleasures and heart connection. So there could be lots of heart connections as well, which is nice to have. And your self-worth. I talked about Jupiter and the North Node, that they would come together. I talked about a video in that. I made a video months ago with Jupiter North Node. And this is the connection, they come together, in other words. And this is happening now in January. So there is this double whammy when it comes to improvement, expansion, let's put it that way. Expansion, seeing things differently, applying yourself in a different way when it comes to 2nd house issues. And what is that? For a lot of people, it's money. So hopefully for you, a bit more money coming in. It can also mean self-worth. Isn't that good? A bit more self-worth coming your way, coming from yourself, and exploring new ways, exploring your talents, developing your talents. That's also the 2nd house. So the North Node is where you need to go to. It's the desire nature becomes a bit higher when it comes together with Jupiter. It's like, come on, it's time now. Explore, expand. It's possible. So really nice to see that for you Leos, because it's throughout the whole month, and it's going together with work. So it's very much the work houses and the money houses. So very your practical side of life that is highlighted here, with all this energy in earth signs in those earth areas of your life. So it's a good time in January. If you want to plan another job, do so wisely. If you want to improve your self-worth, if you do things that help you to gain more self-worth, if you say, oh, if I'm working out and I'm gaining a bit more self-worth, do it. You know, you've got all these planets that are really supporting that. Mars is in your 4th house. And in Scorpio. So that's going to be there for quite a long time, because it's going to be there transiting in January, February. Then it goes into another sign, but it comes back into your sign, into Scorpio in that 4th house. I'll talk about that in the other monthlies as well throughout the year. But what it says to me here is that there's something new going on that you want to launch that has to do with you, very deep, on a very deep emotional level, but it can also mean as simple as a move or you working at home, for instance. Mars in the 4th house. Mars is energy. 4th is the home, family. Be aware that with the people that you live together, there can be a bit more friction than usual, a bit more frustration, feeling that, so watch for ego struggles, so that you don't fall into that pitfall. See their position, see your position, of course, the best that you can, but it can become a bit more lively. So for one person, it will be that they change the furniture, which is also movement, Mars in the 4th house. For another, it can mean working very hard on a very deep psychological level, emotional level, working hard on that. And it's a good Mars. It's Mars in Scorpio. It likes it in there. Maybe you're going to launch a new business and doing it from home. Could be as well for some of you. So it's a month for you where a bit of everything happens, and very practical things for January. And that's not maybe a Leo kind of thing, although there is some very Leo energy going on with the Venus in your sign. So have some for those of you who are single, a good time to meet someone, because everything starts in every relationship starts in the 5th house. If you see activity there, especially with Venus, the planet of desire, love, you could meet someone. So it's a good time to meet someone new. And deep thinking, deep conversations with colleagues, for instance, could happen as well. And some kind of a catharsis, some kind of a breakthrough, some kind of, no illusion when it comes to health and work. Having said that, I wish you a very, very good month. And thank you again for supporting me throughout the year, throughout 2015. I hope you'll do that and continue that in doing so. And see you next month. Bye-bye.